Hey everybody, this is Dave Bressoud. Join me this summer. I'm going to be driving across the country pursuing my two favorite things. The two things I'm most passionate about, baseball and comedy. Going to be going to ballparks all around the country and performing at clubs all around the country. And the cool thing is this, I'm going to be doing it with other comedians, and I'm looking for the best fans too. I want to talk to you guys and find out what your passion is. Find out why you love the game. So join me this summer. Look for us to come to a city near you. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's the day. I'm swimming from Statue of Liberty to shore, so we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, here's New York in the background. Take a look at this. Freedom Tower, New York City, and here I am in New Jersey. So, getting ready to do this swim. The amazing thing is, look how calm this water is. All the way across. That's a beautiful thing. It's not going to be like San Francisco. That was rough. San Francisco was also 59 degrees. This is supposed to be 70, so I'm pretty okay with that. Anyway, I'll be back with you guys a little bit later. Then we're going to go to the Mets game and with Neil Rubenstein, comedian, and we're just going to have some fun. So, besides baseball, all right, we're doing other stuff on this trip. Here today at the Statue of Liberty, we are going to be swimming from the statue to shore in New Jersey, and then we're going to the Mets game afterwards with Neil Rubenstein. It's going to be great. We got, just mix in a little extra stuff because we got some time in between games. Ever since the All-Star break, things have been slowing down a little bit. So, with that, take a gander.
It's a phenomenal swim. Water temperature, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 72!
This is the toughest part, getting this thing on. Figured I'd swim in all the Great Lakes and then swim in the Gulf of Mexico when I'm down there. I've swam in every body of water that surrounds the U.S. or all the major bodies of water, so I'm like, screw it. 'Cause I don't know if anybody's done that.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, finished. Did it in 56, did Alcatraz in 49. So 7 minutes slower, but we've only swimming in a couple of the Great Lakes in a couple days out here in the last 6 weeks. That's not too bad. I'm just glad I made it. Because just like Alcatraz, the first half mile, I didn't think I was gonna make it. It was just kind of messed up. But we're done. So now we get our t-shirt, we get our ball cap, and then it's off to the Mets game. So anyway, this is Dave Bressoud for Touch 'Em All Baseball and Comedy Tour with just a side track bit here of swim all. So we did the Pacific Ocean, we've done the Atlantic Ocean, we've done 3 of the 5 Great Lakes. We're gonna go back and do the other 2, and we still have to do Gulf of Mexico.
This guy helped me out of the water, so he's on.
So we're all good. You guys, join us at the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this little bit. So we're going around from stadium to stadium and we're meeting fans. You guys are tailgating. You're the kind of guys I want to talk to, right?
I was born going to games with him and our family. I just love the new Citi Field. It's just a great atmosphere. The stadium's beautiful.
We actually were here when they lost the World Series. We came to that game.
Oh.
Yeah, we were here against the Cubs. And then we were here for the wild card game last year against San Francisco.
Yeah?
That was great.
Presley.
Presley.
Gossett, yeah.
Gossett, nice
Yeah,
to meet you.
nice to meet you.
And Gossett, that sounds like a familiar name. Why would we know that?
Well, he's pitching today.
Oh,
for the
okay.
A's.
Oh, he? That would be your husband?
Yes,
Yes.
Daniel.
So your husband's a pitcher for the A's,
He
and
is.
you're sitting out here in the parking lot before the
Eating our
game.
sandwiches.
Eating your sandwiches.
Yeah.
You drove from South Carolina yesterday to be here. Now are you from South Carolina?
Mhm.
Now, where do
We
you
both
live
are.
now?
Well, South Carolina. I just kind of go wherever he is, but our home base is South Carolina, I guess.
Where is he from?
South Carolina. We
He's
went
from
to high
South.
school together.
Oh, you went to. Okay, so you guys are high school sweethearts. That's cool.
I said I liked him when he didn't even drive a car, so he was 15, so it's,
Wow.
yeah.
So you've
Yeah.
watched the ride happen up to the bigs.
Yeah, I guess so.
And how's that been?
It was pretty quick. I mean, he got drafted in 2014, so it was pretty quick,
Uh-huh.
I guess.
Where do you play his college ball?
Clemson.
At Clemson? Oh, nice.
He just got called up like a month ago.
Okay.
So I've only been to Chicago, Miami. I guess that's it.
When he was at Clemson, did they go to the College World Series when he was there?
No
Like,
years
Clemson's
he was
always
there.
got great teams.
They're all
Clemson's
good,
a
yeah.
great baseball school.
Yeah, he loved it.
You guys are baseball fans traveling around the country going to games. And how many parks have you guys hit?
8 so far.
God, 8 so far.
I've been to 12.
You guys are killing me. But when I was your age, you know how many baseball parks I've been to? Different parks?
How many?
One. Dodger Stadium. That was it. I didn't go to my next ballpark until we moved to the Bay Area. You guys are lucky. All right, guys. Back behind us is the field. We got a rain delay going on, man. This is the first one in all the trips. We got a rain delay. Made it through the swim this morning with a little bit of rain, then it cleared up and it was fine. Now it's coming down. So, got the tarp out. Tarp's out. We're going to wait it out. In the meantime, they've got some hella good pastrami sandwiches here. Neil, what else are we supposed to eat, man?
There's a meatball sandwich that's bonkers, Patla Frita meat. There's a steak sandwich, Shake Shack, but the line's gonna be too long. And I'm gonna get a dirty water dog.
There we go. All right. Spoken from a straight from the horse's mouth of a true Mets fan, Neil Rubenstein.
That's the tennis center right there?
Oh, really? Is that where they do the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
Really?
And then behind that is the World's Fair.
Yeah, I
So that
saw
was in
those.
the 60s, I think.
That's where they did part of
Men in Black. Yeah, those saucery things.
So, all right, Neil, we're out here with you. You're a huge Mets fan.
Yeah, figuratively and literally.
Why the Mets?
Why everyone else picked their team. My dad was a Met fan.
Okay.
My dad was a Met fan, so I'm a Met fan. That's it.
So did he take you to games when you were little?
Yep. He took me to games. I remember going to games when the Mets were awful. My parents celebrated Passover, so we would get like bologna on matzah sandwiches, and we would bring them into the game.
And that's how you
Yeah.
celebrated Passover?
Well, we would, we would keep kosher for Passover even at the game.
The little ones are okay. It's the big ones like that just, and you just hear that all game long.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a thing about it not flying over the stadium. I don't know. But yeah, I remember back in the day they used to step out for planes, but I don't remember noticing it so much anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not noticing it. I don't know.
Pitchers step off the rubber?
No, batters would step out of the box for planes.
So how many games do you think you come to a year?
0 to 2. I hate coming to games. I don't like Met fans, and I don't like Met games. I'd rather sit home, watch them, listen to them on the radio. I can't stand the stadium. I can't stand all the things that go along with it. And I really don't like Met fans in general. I know that's like a sweeping thing. Oh, but I'm a good one. Okay, you're a good one. But just in general.
You're gonna have
so
to
negative, man. This is escapism. It's entertainment. And people are like, oh, you gotta trade this guy's a stiff. I hate. Here's a perfect example. We had won 11 games in a row last year. And in the third inning, I'm making it 2, but it's a third. In the third inning of the 12th game, we gave up a 6-run inning. Immediately on Facebook, oh, back to usual, the Mets sucking, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, stop it. They didn't buy any respect with 11 games of wins in a row. It frustrates me to no end. I'm talking 98% of Met fans that I encounter is that negative encounter.
It doesn't.
And I don't want to talk about
positive.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about how fun it is to watch a bunch of young kids play baseball. Dude, our outfield is sick. Our outfield could be so sick. Bruce is clobbering, and everyone's just like, "Oh, we gotta trade him." Okay, we gotta trade him, but can we just talk about how good he is right now? All right. I get mad. We just talk about how good they are? And I'm sure everyone's like, oh, well, all fans are like that. But I've been to other stadiums. I've been to other stadiums where fans are on their feet the whole game. The whole place is blue and white. The whole place is red and yellow. The whole place. And I've been here and like, this guy's a stiff. Let me get 8 more beers, 42 more beers over here. Like, let's do the wave. Let's throw a fucking beach ball. I can't handle it. Everyone else has better fans, in my opinion, except the Yankees. Mets and Yankees are worse fans. It's New Yorkers. Maybe I hate New Yorkers. That's very possible.
You're putting a hard run on here to maybe take Philly over as the #1 spot here.
People in Philly are terrible, but they're like a cool terrible. Like as the fans, like yeah, they'll throw batteries at Santa Claus.
What?
But yeah, Google that.
Yeah.
They threw batteries at Santa Claus.
I remember they threw. Okay.
But they love their teams.
Right.
Here, it's like we hate our teams. Everyone's just complaining about their teams. Except if you're a Yankee fan.
Do you think some of the bitterness that you're talking about and some of the hostility towards the team comes from that whole, that's carryover generationally from, the Met or the Dodgers and the Giants leaving?
I don't know, because like it was way before me. I know my dad experienced that, and like he was that kind of fan, like just like he bled for the team. He was a diehard fan, but just everybody's a stiff, like couldn't enjoy the moment, And I don't know, maybe that is because like an abandonment issue, like this team's just gonna fail me, and it's because two teams left.
Some Mets fans were telling me, they're like, oh yeah, we know guys, old timers that just were so brokenhearted they just swore off the game. Believe it or not, Neil's very funny. I mean, dude, I've seen you a couple times, and you just rip up on stuff. You're hilarious.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing comedy?
I call it 5 years.
Really?
But
dude, you are that good at 5 years.
There was like a long gap too.
Okay.
No, thank you for saying that. So I'd say I get up anywhere from 10 to 20 times in a week.
Wow.
But it used to be 20 mics, and now it's like 6 to 8 shows, 5 to 8 mics.
It's interesting because I do more shows than open mics. Okay, and going back to the open mics, it's like it's harder, I think, to make those guys laugh.
Right.
than it is to make people laugh in a show. And the stuff that I know kills in a show, that the open micers are like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man.
And I think that's why it's so easy to fall into that trap of writing for the open micers.
The one thing I've noticed being out here is the difference between East Coast versus West Coast comedy style.
East Coast?
I know, East Coast, West Coast.
I don't know that it's East Coast, West Coast. I think there's just like, I've noticed people will get good somewhere 6 or 8 years and then come here. But I think if you do that, when you come here, you kind of got to get back at the end of the line a little bit.
Right.
And like come back up. I think if you're thinking about doing stand-up, just thinking about it, come here, get good. Then go back to wherever you're from and be a big fish in a small pond.
What's wrong with LA?
I don't know it enough.
Okay.
But I feel like maybe LA is a similar thing. I don't know, or I don't know about the goals there. But like, I think if you just want to be a good comic, this is a great place to just get good.
I've done a bunch of shows with this guy, a handful of shows, and been funny every time. Hilarious comic, great insight, great writing. Okay, and a big Mets fan from his couch.
Yeah. Or the car. I love listening to the game on the radio. I love it. I love listening to all games.
Who's your guys' announcer?
We have Howie Rose and what's his name, Josh Lewin. I love listening to all games on the radio, except Yankee games, because John Sterling's the worst.
Hey, just so you guys know, we are with comedian Neil Rubenstein, and we are out here today. He's showing us around the ballpark, and he's telling us about food, because obviously he doesn't know anything about food.
So there's like a, I guess it's like a, somehow he's a celebrity. He's a celebrity butcher, Paco Frida. Have you heard of him?
No.
So he does all the meat for Smoke, for Shake Shack. He does all the meat for like a bunch of like famous places.
Look, here's the pastrami sandwich.
I get it. I get that it's like a touristy thing. It's a trap. It's too expensive. Whatever the complaints are, that's the best sandwich you're ever gonna get.
Yeah.
It's the best sandwich.
No,
I don't get nothing on it. Nothing on it. Corned beef or pastrami, doesn't matter. Nothing on it. Nothing on it. So
You don't even get mustard on it?
nothing on it. Nothing on it.
All right, so that's another ballpark down. This is Dave Bressoud for Touch 'em All Baseball with Neil Rubenstein. Hey, as far as the game went, great game, pitching duel.
Yeah. It's weird, meeting the pitcher's wife.
Yeah, we met the pitcher's wife from Oakland.
Seeing him do a nice job. He did a nice job.
Yeah, he was 1-5 coming into the game with like a 4.51 ERA. He gave up a couple earned runs today, couple bad pitches that, that's it. But he had a good outing. He pitched seven strong and did a great job. So, Neil, I want to thank you for having me out here.
Dave, thanks so much.
It was an awesome time. Citi Field, highlights of the field. Gotta say, without a doubt, out of 24 ballparks, that was the best damn sandwich I've ever had at a ballpark. I had the pastrami. Oh my God. It's not quite Cat's Deli, but it's way better than anywhere else. I mean, it was just incredible. Walking around the field, there was nice aspects of the field. There was some good stuff with it. Liked everything out in center field, what they had out there. They had the Shea Bridge. They've got the Jackie Robinson Rotunda. Just all in all, just a pleasant experience. I'd definitely say if you're coming out to New York, one of the fields that you got to go to. And you won't see Neil. He'll be in his car listening to the game.
I'll be home on the couch watching it. Maybe wave to a camera or something.
Yeah, something like that. Just say, hold up a sign that says, "Hey Neil, we're here." Again, great time, great fans that I met. Okay, well, they were from Oakland.
Oh, that's right, yes, yeah.
No, I'm just messing.
No, because as soon as as soon as it was like a clutch moment, the guy next to us is like, "Oh, this guy's gonna strike out." Like, no, dude, that's not how you fan.
I will say this. Neil said 98% of the time you're gonna hear negativity first is basically it, and he was right. That's what we heard. So
instead of being like, "Yeah, man, we still have a chance," he was like, "Duh, this guy's gonna strike out." Duh, duh. All right, man.
But they got a great pastrami sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
And
got
he,
that
and he
going.
didn't strike out. Just-
Yeah, so it was all good. And he didn't strike out. He didn't. He popped up, and then the guy went off on that, and he started laughing about that. So let's end with that. That's a perfect thing to end on. Neil, thank you so much for being out here today. All right, great times all the way around. This is Dave Bressoud for Touch 'Em All Comedy and Baseball Tour. Next stop is Yankee Stadium. Then we're off to Philly after that. You guys, thanks for watching today. We'll be back with you real soon.